The sun blazed down relentlessly on the small suburban neighborhood, a sweltering reminder of summer's peak. The streets were unusually quiet, save for the hum of cicadas and the occasional bark of a distant dog. On the corner of Maple Street, a bright yellow lemonade stand stood in stark contrast to the sun-baked asphalt. Behind it was Emma, a frail but determined 11-year-old girl, her head covered by a pink bandana that barely hid the effects of months of chemotherapy. Before we start, smash the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. Emma's battle with leukemia had begun a year earlier, turning her world upside down. She once spent her days playing soccer in the park with her friends, but now her time was divided between hospital visits and resting at home. Her family, already struggling to make ends meet, found themselves drowning in medical bills. Determined not to let her illness define her, Emma came up with an idea that she hoped would lighten her family's burden: a lemonade stand. Selling lemonade, she thought, might help pay for her treatments and give her a sense of purpose. The stand itself was an embodiment of Emma's creativity. She'd painted it with bright, cheerful colors, yellow, orange, and pink, and adorned it with hand-drawn signs that read "Emma's Lemonade, fresh and sweet," and "Help Emma beat cancer." Her mother, Laura, had initially been hesitant about the idea, worried about Emma exerting herself too much, but Emma's resolve was unshakable. "I want to help, Mom," she had said with a sparkle in her eyes, despite the exhaustion etched into her face. Laura relented, knowing her daughter needed to feel like a warrior, not a victim. For weeks, Emma set up her stand every afternoon. Neighbors stopped by to buy her lemonade, offering words of encouragement and slipping extra money into the jar when she wasn't looking. Emma greeted everyone with a smile, her positive spirit masking the physical toll of her illness. Despite the kindness of the community, the amount she earned was only a drop in the ocean compared to the cost of her treatments. Still, Emma remained hopeful. "Every little bit helps," she told her mother, counting the coins and crumpled bills each night with a mixture of pride and determination. One particularly scorching afternoon, Emma's lemonade stand had seen only a few customers. The heat was unbearable, and even the most dedicated of her regulars seemed to be avoiding the outdoors. Emma wiped the sweat from her brow and poured herself a glass of lemonade, her hands trembling slightly from fatigue. As she sipped the cool drink, she noticed a tall man walking down the street, his figure unfamiliar yet somehow striking. The man wore a simple white t-shirt and shorts, his muscular frame and confident stride exuding an air of athleticism. A pair of sunglasses shielded his eyes, but his face was unmistakable. Cristiano Ronaldo, the world-famous soccer superstar. Emma blinked, convinced her eyes were playing tricks on her. What would someone like him be doing in their quiet little neighborhood? Ronaldo slowed his pace as he approached the stand, his curious gaze taking in the colorful setup and the little girl behind it. Emma, too stunned to speak, watched as he removed his sunglasses, revealing the familiar face she had seen so many times on TV and posters. He smiled warmly, his presence as magnetic in real life as it was on the field. "Hello," Ronaldo said, his voice smooth and friendly. "Is this your lemonade stand?" Emma nodded, her voice caught in her throat. After a moment, she managed to squeak out, "Yes, it's mine." Ronaldo leaned down, examining the sign that detailed her mission. His expression shifted from curiosity to something deeper: compassion and admiration. "You're raising money for your treatment?" he asked gently. Emma nodded again, her cheeks flushed not just from the heat but from the surrealness of the moment. "Yes, I have leukemia. I'm trying to help my mom and dad with the bills." Ronaldo's eyes softened and he glanced at the nearly empty tip jar on the stand. Without a word, he reached into his pocket and pulled out a sleek black wallet. Emma watched, wide-eyed, as he extracted several crisp $100 bills and placed them carefully in the jar. "That's for today," he said with a smile. "And there's more where that came from." Emma's jaw dropped. "Really?" she whispered, her voice barely audible. Ronaldo nodded, his expression earnest. "You're a fighter, Emma, and I want to help you win this battle." By now, the scene had drawn the attention of passers-by. People stopped in their tracks, some pulling out their phones to capture the moment. Emma's mother, who had been watching from the window, rushed outside, her face a mixture of shock and disbelief. "Is that—" Laura stammered, her eyes darting between her daughter and the soccer star. Ronaldo extended a hand. "Cristiano," he said with a modest smile, "your daughter is incredible." Laura shook his hand, her voice trembling with emotion. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to us. Ronaldo spent the next hour at the lemonade stand, chatting with Emma and her mother, posing for photos, and even pouring lemonade for customers. Word spread quickly, and soon a crowd had gathered, eager to catch a glimpse of the football legend. Despite the chaos, Ronaldo remained focused on Emma, encouraging her to stay strong and sharing stories of his own childhood struggles. Before leaving, Ronaldo made a promise that stunned everyone. "I'll cover the cost of your treatments," he announced, his voice firm and resolute. "You focus on getting better, okay?" Emma's eyes filled with tears. "Really? You mean it?" "I mean it," Ronaldo said, placing a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "You're not alone in this fight." The crowd erupted into applause, and Emma's mother broke down in tears, overwhelmed by the sheer kindness of the moment. Ronaldo gave Emma one last smile before turning to leave, but not before signing her lemonade stand with a simple yet powerful message. "Stay strong, Emma. Love, Cristiano." In the days that followed, the story went viral, capturing hearts around the world. News outlets ran headlines about the soccer superstar's unexpected act of kindness, and donations poured in from people inspired by Emma's courage and Ronaldo's generosity. The lemonade stand became a symbol of hope and resilience, a reminder that even in the darkest times, there is light to be found in human compassion. Emma continued her treatment with renewed vigor, bolstered by the support of her community and the promise of a brighter future. Though the road to recovery was long and challenging, she faced it with the same determination that had led her to set up the lemonade stand in the first place, and every time she felt like giving up, she looked at the signed message on her stand and remembered the day a soccer legend walked into her life and changed everything. Years later, as a healthy and vibrant teenager, Emma would reflect on that summer afternoon with a mixture of gratitude and disbelief. She would tell the story to anyone who would listen, not to boast about meeting a celebrity, but to share the lesson she had learned that even the smallest acts of kindness can have a ripple effect, changing lives in ways no one could have predicted. And for Emma, that lemonade stand would forever be a testament to the power of hope, determination, and the incredible kindness of a stranger who became her hero. The journey of Emma and her lemonade stand, catalyzed by Cristiano Ronaldo's generosity, became far more than a single transformative moment. It marked the beginning of a story that would ripple across her community and beyond, inspiring acts of kindness that extended far beyond what anyone could have imagined that hot summer day. As the news spread, Emma's small corner of Maple Street turned into a hub of hope, resilience, and action. The day after Ronaldo's visit, the scene outside Emma's home was entirely different. Cars lined the street as strangers from nearby towns and even distant cities came by, eager to support her cause. Some brought cash donations, while others brought supplies: lemons, sugar, cups, and even beautifully handcrafted signs to help make her stand even more vibrant. One man arrived with a brand new folding tent, offering it as a shield against the punishing summer sun. Emma's lemonade stand had transformed from a modest family endeavor into a bustling community operation. Laura, overwhelmed by the outpouring of love and support, decided to step in and help organize the effort. She created a rotating schedule of volunteers to assist at the stand, ensuring Emma wouldn't overexert herself. Neighbors donated coolers, ice, and even a small portable fan to keep the stand comfortable. Emma remained the heart and soul of the operation, greeting each customer with her radiant smile and cheerful energy. The story didn't just stay local. A popular television show featured Emma's story, interviewing her and her family about their journey. The host surprised Emma with a video message from Ronaldo himself, in which he encouraged her to keep fighting and reminded her that she had inspired millions. "You are stronger than you know," he said. "Keep making the world a sweeter place, one cup of lemonade at a time." That segment triggered a cascade of responses. People from around the world began reaching out, sharing their own stories of struggle and resilience, and offering support in countless ways. A family from across the country who had faced a similar battle with childhood cancer sent Emma a beautifully embroidered quilt with messages of encouragement stitched into every square. A renowned chef from New York offered to develop a signature lemonade recipe for Emma to sell, complete with a custom label featuring her story. Local businesses also joined the movement. The neighborhood grocery store offered to supply all the lemons and sugar Emma needed, free of charge. A nearby bakery began selling lemon-themed pastries and donated the proceeds to Emma's fund. Even the local high school sports teams got involved, organizing lemonade games, where ticket sales and concessions went directly to Emma's treatment fund. Players wore yellow wristbands to show their support, and Emma was invited to kick off the events, where she was met with standing ovations. One day, a group of college students studying business approached Laura with a proposal. Inspired by Emma's story, they wanted to help turn her lemonade stand into a sustainable fundraising enterprise. They suggested creating a brand, Emma's Lemonade, that could be bottled and sold in stores, with a portion of the proceeds going toward cancer research and supporting families facing similar struggles. Emma's eyes lit up at the idea. "Imagine how many people we could help!" she exclaimed. The students worked tirelessly to bring the idea to life, designing logos, negotiating with local bottling companies, and pitching the concept to regional grocery chains. Within months, Emma's Lemonade hit the shelves, each bottle adorned with Emma's smiling face and the slogan, "Squeeze the day for a better tomorrow." The product flew off the shelves, and soon orders were coming in from neighboring states. Emma's Lemonade stand had evolved into a movement, and she found herself juggling the roles of young entrepreneur, cancer warrior, and community ambassador. Despite her busy schedule, she remained grounded, never losing sight of her original goal, to help her family and others like them. She began visiting local hospitals, bringing bottles of lemonade and care packages to other children undergoing treatment. Her visits were met with smiles and laughter, and she often spent hours playing games or simply chatting with the young patients, giving them a break from the monotony of hospital life. Her growing presence in the public eye led to invitations to speak at events and fundraisers. Though initially nervous about speaking in front of large crowds, Emma quickly found her voice. She spoke with raw honesty about her experiences, sharing both the hardships and the hope that kept her going. Her words resonated deeply, often moving audiences to tears. She emphasized the importance of community and kindness, urging everyone to find ways to make a difference, no matter how small. At one such event, Emma met a young girl named Lily, who was also battling leukemia. Lily had been following Emma's story online and had even set up her own lemonade stand in her small town, raising money for her treatments. The two girls bonded instantly, sharing their fears, dreams, and of course, lemonade recipes. Their friendship became a source of strength for both, and together they decided to organize a nationwide Lemonade for Life campaign, encouraging kids everywhere to set up their own stands and donate the proceeds to cancer research. The campaign was an overwhelming success. Schools, community centers, and parks across the country were soon dotted with lemonade stands, each one a testament to the power of unity and hope. Emma and Lily, now inseparable, traveled to several cities to visit these stands, meeting the young entrepreneurs who had been inspired by their story. They often returned home exhausted but fulfilled, their hearts full of gratitude for the incredible network of support they had built. Meanwhile, Emma's health slowly began to improve. Her doctors were amazed by her progress, crediting not only the advanced treatments she was receiving, but also her unwavering spirit and the love that surrounded her. "Healing isn't just about medicine," her oncologist said one day during a checkup. "It's about hope, and you've got more of that than anyone I've ever met." As the years passed, Emma's lemonade empire continued to grow. What had started as a simple act of determination had blossomed into a national symbol of resilience and kindness. Major companies reached out to partner with Emma's Lemonade, and the funds raised allowed Emma and her family to start a foundation dedicated to supporting children with cancer. The foundation provided financial assistance, emotional support, and educational resources to families in need, ensuring that no one would have to face their journey alone. Despite her busy life, Emma never forgot the man who had set this incredible journey into motion. She stayed in touch with Ronaldo, occasionally sending him updates on her health and her growing enterprise. True to his word, he continued to support her foundation, even visiting her on a few occasions when his busy schedule allowed. Their bond remained strong, a testament to the impact of one simple yet profoundly generous act of kindness. By the time Emma turned 18, she was cancer-free and a symbol of hope for millions. Her journey from a small lemonade stand on Maple Street to leading a national movement was nothing short of extraordinary. She often reflected on those early days, remembering the scorching heat, the nervous anticipation as she set up her stand, and the life-changing moment when Cristiano Ronaldo walked into her world. It was a reminder that even the smallest actions like selling lemonade could lead to something far greater than anyone could have imagined. Emma's story became the subject of a best-selling book and a documentary, both of which captured the hearts of audiences worldwide. She was invited to speak at international conferences, sharing the stage with world leaders, philanthropists, and other changemakers. Despite the fame and recognition, Emma remained humble, always attributing her success to the collective effort of everyone who had supported her along the way. As she stood on the stage at a major global summit, addressing an audience of thousands, Emma paused to look at the faces before her. None of this would have been possible without the kindness of strangers, the support of my community, and the belief that even in our darkest moments we can find light, she said. I started selling lemonade to help my family, but what I received in return was far greater than I ever imagined: hope, love, and the strength to keep fighting. And that's something we all have the power to share. The audience erupted into applause, and Emma felt a surge of gratitude. Her journey had been far from easy, but it had taught her invaluable lessons about resilience, compassion, and the incredible impact of coming together for a common cause. She knew that her story was just one of many, and she was committed to using her platform to amplify the voices of others, ensuring that their struggles and triumphs would never go unnoticed. As the years continued to pass, Emma's legacy only grew. She became a beacon of hope for generations to come, a living testament to the idea that even in the face of unimaginable challenges, we have the power to create something beautiful. Her lemonade stand, once a simple corner setup, became a symbol of the extraordinary power of ordinary people to change the world. And though the journey had started with a single cup of lemonade, its impact would be felt for lifetimes to come. In the years following her remarkable rise to prominence, Emma's life became a tapestry of extraordinary experiences, each thread woven with purpose and inspiration. Her story had already reached millions, but Emma wasn't content with resting on her laurels. She had a mission to fulfill, a vision to make the world a better place, one small act of kindness at a time. What began as a simple lemonade stand had become a global movement, and Emma was determined to harness the momentum to spark even greater change. One of Emma's first major undertakings as an adult was launching the Golden Lemon Initiative, a global program designed to empower children and young entrepreneurs to use their creativity and passion for good. She understood that her success was rooted in the simplicity of her lemonade stand, and she wanted others to realize that even the smallest ideas could have a profound impact. The Golden Lemon Initiative provided grants and mentorship opportunities to children who wanted to start their own projects, whether it was raising money for a local cause, helping their families, or simply bringing their communities together. From environmental cleanup drives to creating accessible playgrounds for children with disabilities, the program became a catalyst for youth-driven change. Emma personally mentored dozens of participants, sharing her own journey and offering practical advice on how to turn their dreams into reality. One young boy, Lucas, caught Emma's attention with his proposal to build a community garden in his urban neighborhood where fresh produce was scarce. Lucas had a passion for gardening and believed that teaching people to grow their own food could not only improve their diets, but also foster a sense of community. With the help of a Golden Lemon grant, Lucas transformed a vacant lot into a thriving garden filled with vegetables, herbs, and flowers. Emma visited the garden during its grand opening, and as she planted a sunflower beside Lucas, she felt a surge of pride. "This is exactly what the Golden Lemon Initiative is about," she told the gathered crowd. "It's about planting seeds of hope and watching them grow." Emma's foundation also began working closely with medical institutions and researchers, funding groundbreaking studies aimed at improving childhood cancer treatments. Her personal journey had made her acutely aware of the gaps in care, particularly for families who couldn't afford the high cost of treatment. She worked tirelessly to bridge those gaps, advocating for policy changes and expanding access to affordable care. Emma often visited Congress to share her story, lobbying for increased funding for pediatric cancer research. Her eloquence and authenticity won over lawmakers, leading to significant advancements in legislation aimed at supporting families affected by cancer. One of her most ambitious projects was the creation of Lemonade Village, a retreat center for children undergoing cancer treatment and their families. Situated in a serene countryside setting, the village offered a place of respite and healing, complete with cozy cottages, a sprawling playground, and a state-of-the-art wellness center. Emma wanted the village to be a haven where kids could simply be kids, free from the stress and fear of their diagnoses. The project was a labor of love, funded by donations from around the world and designed with input from families who had experienced similar journeys. Lemonade Village quickly became a cherished sanctuary. Children laughed and played in the sunshine, their spirits lifted by the therapeutic activities and the bonds they formed with one another. Families found solace in sharing their experiences, drawing strength from the understanding and compassion of others. Emma often visited the village, spending hours playing games, leading art workshops, and simply listening to the stories of the families who came to stay. Each visit reaffirmed her commitment to her mission, and she considered Lemonade Village one of her greatest accomplishments. But Emma's impact wasn't confined to large-scale initiatives and programs. She remained deeply connected to the people who had supported her from the beginning. She frequently returned to her old neighborhood on Maple Street, where her original lemonade stand had stood, and hosted annual block parties to celebrate the community that had rallied around her. These gatherings became cherished traditions, filled with laughter, music, and of course, endless cups of lemonade. One particularly memorable block party featured a surprise guest, Cristiano Ronaldo, who had flown in to celebrate the anniversary of their first meeting. The crowd erupted into cheers as Ronaldo stepped onto the stage, embracing Emma like an old friend. Together, they recounted the fateful day that had changed both their lives, and Ronaldo presented Emma with a framed jersey, inscribed with the words, "To Emma, the ultimate champion of hope." The moment was met with thunderous applause and tears of joy. As Emma's influence grew, so did her platform. She became a sought-after speaker at international forums and conferences, sharing stages with Nobel laureates, global leaders, and activists. Her speeches were a masterclass in authenticity filled with heartfelt anecdotes and actionable insights. Emma often reminded her audiences that her journey had started with a simple decision to take action. "You don't need a grand plan or unlimited resources to make a difference," she would say. "All you need is a little courage, a lot of heart, and the willingness to take the first step." Emma's story resonated deeply across cultures and borders, inspiring people from all walks of life. In a remote village in India, a group of women started a small business making and selling traditional lemon-based snacks, using the proceeds to fund education for girls in their community. In a bustling city in Brazil, a group of street performers dedicated their shows to raising money for local cancer patients, drawing inspiration from Emma's lemonade stand. Stories like these poured in from every corner of the globe, each one a testament to the universal power of hope and kindness. Emma also became an advocate for mental health, recognizing the profound emotional toll that cancer and its treatments could take on both patients and their families. She partnered with therapists and counselors to develop programs that provided holistic care, addressing not only physical health but also emotional well-being. She spoke openly about her own struggles with anxiety and fear during her treatment, breaking down stigmas and encouraging others to seek help when needed. Her vulnerability and honesty made her a relatable and trusted figure, someone who truly understood the complexities of the journey. Amid her whirlwind life of activism and entrepreneurship, Emma also found time for personal growth and joy. She pursued her education with the same determination that had driven her to set up her lemonade stand all those years ago. Emma excelled in her studies, eventually earning a degree in public health with a focus on nonprofit management. Her academic achievements were celebrated widely, with many hailing her as a role model for young people everywhere. Outside of her professional endeavors, Emma cultivated her love for art, often finding solace in painting and sketching. She discovered that creating art was not only therapeutic, but also a powerful way to express her emotions and share her story. Some of her pieces, inspired by her journey and the people she had met along the way, were showcased in galleries and auctioned off to raise funds for her foundation. Each painting told a unique story, capturing moments of struggle, triumph, and hope. As Emma transitioned into adulthood, she began exploring new ways to inspire and connect with others. She started a podcast, aptly named Squeeze the Day, where she interviewed individuals who had overcome adversity and made a positive impact in their communities. The podcast quickly gained a loyal following, with listeners praising Emma's ability to draw out powerful stories and offer insightful reflections. Each episode left her audience feeling uplifted and motivated to take action in their own lives. Through all her endeavors, Emma remained deeply grateful for the journey that had brought her to where she was. She often visited the hospital where she had received her treatments, spending time with the doctors and nurses who had cared for her. She would bring them homemade lemon bars and handwritten notes of appreciation, reminding them that their work had saved her life and given her the chance to make a difference. As Emma reflected on her incredible journey, she couldn't help but marvel at how far she had come. From a little girl selling lemonade on the corner of Maple Street to a global ambassador for hope and resilience, her life had been a series of extraordinary twists and turns. Yet through it all, she had remained true to herself, guided by the same unwavering belief that had fueled her from the start. The belief that even the smallest actions could create a ripple effect of kindness and change. One evening, as Emma stood on the balcony of her home watching the sun dip below the horizon, she felt a profound sense of peace. The world had given her so much, and she had done her best to give back. She knew there were still challenges ahead, but she also knew that she had the strength and support to face them. With a deep breath, she raised a glass of lemonade to the sky, a silent toast to the journey that had shaped her and the countless lives she had touched along the way. And so Emma's story continued, a living testament to the power of hope, courage, and the enduring impact of one small act of kindness. As Emma looked ahead to the future, she began exploring new and innovative ways to expand her mission. Technology, she realized, could become a powerful tool to amplify her impact. With the help of a dedicated team of developers and designers, she launched a mobile app called Lemonade. The app served as a digital hub for people to connect, share their stories, and contribute to causes that mattered to them. Users could start their own fundraising campaigns, find volunteer opportunities in their local communities, and access a library of resources for families navigating health crises. Lemonade became an instant success, praised for its user-friendly interface and its ability to turn online interactions into real-world change. The app's popularity spurred a wave of innovation within Emma's foundation. They began integrating virtual reality VR technology into their programs, offering immersive experiences for children undergoing treatment. With VR, young patients could explore fantastical worlds, embark on virtual adventures, and even take guided meditations to help manage pain and anxiety. These moments of escape brought joy and comfort to children who often faced long, grueling days in the hospital. Emma was deeply moved by the positive feedback from families, and she vowed to continue leveraging technology to improve lives. In addition to her tech initiatives, Emma began to explore the intersection of art and advocacy in greater depth. She collaborated with renowned artists and musicians to organize an annual Lemon Lights Festival, a multi-sensory event celebrating resilience and hope. The festival featured art installations, live performances, and interactive workshops, all centered around themes of healing and community. Each year, the festival attracted thousands of attendees, raising significant funds for childhood cancer research while creating a space for connection and inspiration. Emma also found herself drawn to the environmental movement, recognizing the undeniable link between health and the planet. She launched a campaign called Sustainable Sips, encouraging lemonade stands around the world to adopt eco-friendly practices. The campaign provided participants with biodegradable cups, compostable straws, and educational materials on reducing waste. Emma led by example, ensuring that her own initiatives adhered to the highest environmental standards. Her efforts earned her accolades from environmental organizations, further solidifying her role as a multifaceted changemaker. One of Emma's most rewarding projects during this time was a partnership with a global soccer organization to bring sports facilities to underserved communities. Inspired by her love of soccer and the role it played in her early life, she wanted to give children everywhere the opportunity to experience the joy and camaraderie of the game. The program not only built fields but also provided equipment, coaching, and scholarships, creating pathways for young athletes to pursue their dreams. Through it all, Emma never lost sight of the human connections that had fueled her journey. She continued to meet with families, listen to their stories, and offer her unwavering support. Her life, though busy, remained rooted in compassion, and she carried with her a deep sense of purpose that propelled her forward. As the years unfolded, Emma's legacy grew, touching countless lives and proving that a single spark of kindness could illuminate the world. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave your comments below and tell us, what are your thoughts on the girl's determination to sell lemonade for chemo? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.